People. 2043 on the UK time. Zero 0701 2025. Lay them to rest. Lay them to rest. I think it's best. I think it's best if they are laid to rest. Let's kick it, people. Jesus walked. He walked, people. He walked. The greatest question we know on planet Earth is IS. Yes. Did Jesus walk? Did Jesus walk, people? Was he here? Was he there? Was he anywhere? The historical Jesus. Yes. The historical one. Did he live? Well, I tell you what, my brethren, talking to Noopooh. Said that man walk upon planet Earth. Yes. And all I can do is agree with him. I can't disagree with him. Believe you me. I can't disagree with him. Nah, I can't. You know why? Let me keep the video. Right? Just listen up. Listen keenly. Alright. One sec, let me just give that my boyfriend a call back. How am I gonna do this? Right, yeah, sorry. So there is no left. There's no left like that. You understand? Right? That ain't the left anymore. They're more right. They're more. You know, it's all confusing. You understand? It's all confusing. They're all confused. They're all on a deception thing. They're all kind of on a thing to say, well, right? What it is, they are not being. They're confused as well. They're confused as well. 1 second there. How do I? Yo, True Peace. 1 second, brother. Give me a second there. Let me just mute this. How do I mute this again?
Oh, man.
I'm on JTV. I'm on JTV. You want me to send you the link?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
People, believe you me, right? I grew up as a Christian. Yes, baptized. My grandmother, God rest her soul, man. Yeah, man, Noopooh. Yeah, Grandma Victoria Dillon, man. Yeah. My gosh, what a woman. Yeah. My grandma. Yes. My grandma was a God-fearing woman, you know, went to church every Sunday. My grandfather, I never seen my grandfather go to church. He never went to church. Like my mum and my dad. I wouldn't say that they were deeply religious, but they never hanged on to anything else or forced me into anything. They never forced me into anything. I was brought up spoiled bad. So growing up, I didn't really have a clue about the Bible as such, you know. I just used to go to Sunday school. I was even a part of the Salvation Army, and I'm very fond of the Salvation Army, even to this day. The Salvation Army, yeah, I really like that organization. I liked it, the Salvation Army. And I got to an altar boy. I was an altar boy, not for long, because as I said, I wasn't always. My mum and dad didn't push me into Christianity like that. So, but my grandma was you know what I mean. On a Sunday, she used to get her secret records out. Secret records, I'm telling you, secret records. My grandma used to stand up like a DJ and put the vinyls on the turntable and, you know what I mean, put the needle on the record and play the tunes, you know what I mean, like the Christian songs. And grandma will be there giving, you know what I mean, you know, she was more of a, she wasn't no, my grandma wasn't a Christian like hallelujah and kind of like peaceful, no, like a warrior, you know, it wasn't quite a poco, you know. And then I grew fond of the poco movement in Jamaica, the poco movement, and I'll go deeper into that another day. But Christianity for myself was a kind of a part-time thing. Growing up through different situations, I did come to a point and I said, Jesus never existed. I said, no, that's a lie. The white man said that and it's a lie. It's a lie. Laser! Rifle! Right? But after hearing and reading, right? After hearing and reading and researching, you know, if someone tells you, you know, maybe, you know, like your spirit can reject it. Now, your spirit can reject things if it's truth or if it's a lie, depending on what spirit. But after I got this information here and listening to every other information that's out there, rifleman, laser, it sat well for me, people. It did. But hey, it's not about myself. It's about what you think. So have a listen. But please have a listen and do your research. Okay? Right, so this is Kinoo Noopooh. Right? And he's dropping bombs here, people. Listen up.
It's not showing that you're live.
Fits it nice. So let's listen to see what Jeremy Kyle, he's been accused of certain things as well. There's Trudeau, so he's going to resign. So let's have a listen and see what's going on in the globe. But this should be about Tommy Robinson should not be in jail. Ben Habib. Now again, Ben Habib is from Asian background, so we'll listen into what he's got to say about Tommy Robinson. Right?
Habib, former MEP and Brexiteer. My friend, how are you?
Good afternoon, Jeremy. Happy New Year. Glad that you're back.
I am, but the voice is not great, so this is all on you, Mr. Habib. Actually, really appreciate. Hope you had a good time. Let's start briefly with Trudeau standing outside his Rideau cottage there in Ottawa, announcing that he's stepping down. The thing you would think in your head is the woke liberals doing a runner before Trump takes over the world, right?
Yeah, I think his coalition was falling apart for a while, wasn't it? And we've seen this coming down the track. And all I can say is I'm delighted he's gone. You know, he is one of the best examples of the worst form of wokeism that he has allowed Canada to be gripped by. Multiculturalism, DEI, net zero, locking Canada down with impunity during, you know, the COVID pandemic, or everything you can think of. that is damaging for any Western country, he's done it in spades. So I'm absolutely delighted to see the back of him. And I hope that Canada follows a path similar to the one being followed right across, it seems, now Western civilization, where people are waking up and saying, no, we want borders enforced, we want regulations cut, we want taxes down, we want to ditch net zero, we want cultural integration, we want to be proud of our history, etc., etc., etc. And I hope that agenda gets embedded firmly in all Western countries now as we begin to see the back of these people.
It's really interesting, isn't it? If you're watching on screen, you'll see pictures of Justin Trudeau there outside Ridley Cottage in Ottawa, attending his resignation in front of the Canadian people. As I say, we'll let you know the timescale of that. But Ben, the irony of what you just said is that as Europe, and in fact the world is waking up to the reality that wokeism is ridiculous and that we need to have secure borders and a strong military, we need to have strong leadership and law and order. The only goddamn country, it seems, in Europe and the world that's gone to the left is the United Kingdom, for goodness sake, right? The irony.
The irony, but we haven't gone to the left. I'd say we were one of the first countries to wake up to what was required, and the British people expressed it in 2016 with the vote to leave the EU, which...
He's right, you know. There is, you know, Kyle. You see, Kylie's been, you know, again. There, you know, that is not a left. Hold on, I got a call coming in. One sec. Yo. One sec. All right. One sec. Let me just give that my brethren a call back. So what's happened there is I got a call. How am I gonna do this? I received a call right while I was on my live, and this is Kinoo coming in. Right, it's coming in now. Right. Right. Yeah. Sorry. So there is no left. There's no left like that. You understand? Right. That ain't the left anymore. They're more right. They're more. You know. It's all confusing. You understand? It's all confusing. They're all confused. They're all on a deception thing. They're all kind of on a thing to say, well, right? What it is, they are not being. They're confused as well. They're confused as well. 1 second there. How do I? Yo, true peace. 1 second, brother. Give me a second there. Let me just mute this. How do I mute this again?
Oh, man.
I'm on JTV. You want me to send you the link?
Yeah, I'm just looking. I don't. It's not showing that you're live.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you want me to send? Let me send you the. Let me 1 sec. Let me just. But you know, tell me about the punishment, man. Like, you know what I mean?
About the who?
About punishment, like, you know, because you know we got these. I just, you know, from the readings, you know, that I've been doing, it's like to say, people are not getting punished for, you know, there's no punishment for certain crimes.
You talking about from the government or Nietzsche?
No, from the government.
Yeah, because our government and most Western governments and the people they control is because they practice mercy and forgiveness. That's why, and that's religion. That's their power. You know, that's why the laws they have allows this type of thing to take place, and nobody, they don't get in trouble because it's the powers that be. Most people, like when you having these conversations, they don't add that into the equation because religion is so spliced to it always promises just like that's why when you look at when they talk about Jesus was so great that, you know, when you look at what they claim he came to free, but he didn't do nothing toward the governments. That's why if you look at the writing, that's why a lot of people are just based off the writings. They didn't want to hear nothing. They wanted to hear Rome is about to go. You know, we about to shake and rattle, and that's not the case. You know, he didn't do anything toward the government. It's no different than today. You got all these great leaders and speakers and people that point out things, but nothing happens except the same people get caught, get exposed, get killed, or they get scared and they back down. There's no reckoning at the moment for all these evil people. Look at what happened with Epstein. And that's just what little we know. And nobody been walked into the hall of shame to be exposed about Epstein, but Diddy and Jigginham is being targeted.
Yes.
So again, but that's because the nature books and stuff explain that the black race is who we get in Caucasian society. We get scapegoated for what goes wrong in their society.
That's what I was saying earlier. That's what I was saying earlier.
What you call that case? They trying to get away from that case. How Lil Rod put out a lawsuit saying all the shit that he was saying, then y'all arrest Diddy with tapes. Y'all don't bring up nothing that Lil Rod said, and now they just like they didn't overlook that because why? Because Clive Davis and all these other big people was talked about, and they done moved the spirits, the spiritual powers, who in turn control the physical powers, have moved Lil Rod. He not even in the conversation no more. But most of the stuff that he claimed Diddy was doing, they kind of like talking about it. So Diddy got 2 documentaries out, and then they said a man who kind of like was doing the same crimes that Diddy was got bail. So some white guy, about a month or so ago, 2 months ago or so, went to jail for something similar to Diddy, and they gave him bail. And his bail was way less. So
Then Diddy's.
That's just trying to tell people, you know, about the one-sidedness from the spiritual aspect as well. But most people, they're not aware of that. This punishment is coming, but it's gonna be cataclysmic. It's not gonna. It's nothing set to come in and get these people like they doing everybody else, where they pick and choose who they gonna take down. And again, at the same time, if you remove them, it still sets the people up. If you remove, let's say, the FBI and the CIA and the police and defund the police, 2 things have happened at once. You don't remove those people who are corrupt, who do some form of protection. If you remove them, you can't replace them quick enough, and then your outside enemy is going to come in. So it's like it's tied in such a way that people just don't get it. You know, so that's what I'm saying. You got to keep reading, though, man. Keep reading so it can break the spell
That's right.
of getting distraught and thinking that it's gonna always be this way. That's not true. It's because we haven't been given a clear view of history. It'll make you think that evil always gonna win. That makes no sense. Everything comes in order. What comes first, good or evil? You know, stuff like that. What comes first, light or darkness? What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Like, there's certain things that people don't have a true understanding of chronological order. So therefore, evil gets away with it. Gets away with a lot of shit because of the misinformation that it puts out. So it makes it appear that rich, wealthy people always been evil and they always been playing us, and that's not necessarily true. It took time to get to where we at, and you know, it's just the thing, man. It's people more ignorant than we realize. If you look at all of the views you was getting on the other channel, that don't, you know, it would be nice if the views represented that's how many people folks was waking up. But they're not. They're watching, but they're not waking up.
No.
The pilot light is off because the spirit being is in there, making them not interpret or accept that this is affecting you in such a way. And that's really the root of it. That's why the nature books talk about 7-to-2 ratio is 7% negative, 2% positive when it comes to evil versus good. So when you turn that into percentages, 7 represents 98 and 2 represents 2%. That's 100%. Mm. So it's 98% negative over 2% positive. And that should tell you that's how you know, mentally dead individuals are, where you have people like Diddy and Epstein, and they got mad islands and all these houses with tunnels underneath it. Hmm. And the government ain't did nothing. The house still up for sale. They ain't blocked them tunnels that's down underground, all them houses in Hollywood. All that shit still there. Mm-hmm. Because the people that's running it and the spirits that help put this stuff in place are still there.
Yes.
So you can't get rid of a spirit. You can't pull a gun on a spirit and tell the spirit to stop the bull. It ain't gonna do that. You can't affect the spirit. Something greater than the negative spirit forces have to do that.
Right.
We don't have no power over that. We're humans. And so that's what most people are confused. And they was like, man, something got to happen. Something got to be coming. And it is. It's just that the spirits on each individual person or group of people, depending on where you stay at, they're not sure of what date is right or what are the signs, because it's so much false created problems that throw people off, like, you know, people trying to create holograms and anything to make people believe, oh, the Antichrist is this person. You know, all that stuff is allowed to come out and confuse the people. Mm-hmm. So they don't know which direction they're looking at. And so therefore you get stuck watching negative all the time. You're like, well, what the hell is the good? Mm-hmm. You know, and that's why, again, Noopooh rules out of ignorance and mystery. So of course the Noopooh is not, 6 Ether is not gonna make it easy for you to know that punishment is occurring and the bigger punishment is coming. Because punishment exists. The fact that we talking about punishment means it do exist. It doesn't, but it's not existing to stop the negative people from dishing out punishment. Mm-hmm. And again, it's, you know, a lot of that'll happen after the cataclysm, because then those spirits won't be to affect the negative change that they was doing before. People will be more free from the influence. You know, you ain't got to worry about the present government and the police and the killers and the rapists and all those folks that work with them to enable them to do the things that they're doing. That's why the Bible talks about a new heaven and a new earth. It just means a new heaven means the energies that's in the skies on earth, as far as the atmosphere, will receive a different type of change and a different kind of energy. And that's what everything is boiling up to. So what you have to do is just don't let looking at all these little pockets of negativity make it look like it's not a change in the making, because it is. But if people stuck on looking for a Superman or somebody to come, that's not the case. It doesn't work like that. But that's, you know, that's Satanism. That's part of religion. Got them believing that, you know, whoever they believe in, whether, you know, it's Jesus or the Mormons believe they probably coming back, or the Muslims believe Muhammad, or some. It's always something. It's plenty of that. And that's the name of the game. The name of the game is to keep you stuck until it's too late. But a lot of people can't make moves anyway because how negative the source is.
Yes.
You know, that's how powerful it is. Made all these bad decisions, and that caused us to be where we are. Now, when people talk about, oh, the food is this and well, the food is that, yeah, but go back and think about how all our parents decided to give away farming. Everybody's farm wasn't by the government. A lot of people gave up their farmland to run to the city, not looking at the long-term effect. Now, this farming all these people walking around here infecting the food and shit. But when you look back at it, you say, okay, well, before this stuff was like this, most people had farmlands, and they different decisions caused them to give it up. So now, who can you blame? You only can partially blame certain instances where the government came in and took it. You got other places where the government came in and they sold it to the government, or some other entity came in and they bought it, and now they done got you trapped in a web that 90-some% of the food and drink you taking in, it got some poison in it. If it ain't in it, is the plastic. Yeah. It's wrapped in, you know, the Tupperware. It's all this dumbness, and nobody owns shit. Huh. You see, everybody walking around basically have to buy from somebody when you had it at a certain point. And that's why black people, you know, with the civil rights, that was the dumbest thing they could have done, because you gave up what the country was creating and made to stop trying to do it for yourself. Mm. And the Nation of Islam, all of them, and the Moors, all them different people kept telling black people to stay here. They didn't help with garbage message. Mm. They went against garbage. They did. So Now we all stuck getting attacked by the government that was just against black people, and then they started turning on other people. So now we all are here stuck looking dumb, crying about every 4 years or so, oh, this, that, this, yeah, but look at the decision. But the spirit beings caused us to be, our parents and them to become weakened and to become lustful for the city.
Mm-hmm.
So they left the farmland and all that dumbness to go into the city for what? You ended up
To suffer.
being a worker. You went for working for self to working for somebody else. Now they can just, before they couldn't just fire people without problems. Now they can let you go without nothing. And that be when you sign a contract to get a job. Oh, we reserve the right to terminate your employment without no reason. That's horrible.
Mm.
So now they created unions, but the unions is pretty much you paying them to bodyguard your job. And that's dumb. I got to pay you dues every month just to protect me from a job when that should be part of human rights. Food, shelter, and clothing. That shouldn't be under nobody's ability to take food out your mouth to put you on a form of destitution to possibly turn you into a criminal or you harm your family or yourself. This is what that does.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the punishment, the bigger punishment you referring to, that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing gonna happen, none less than a cataclysm because of where we at right now. We're not in no power. We don't have the ability to affect no real things. We played the game stupidly and got stupid prizes. We listening to Martin Luther King and the rest of these people, and look where we at right now. On welfare, a little bit of unemployment from here and there, which is nothing but chump change. You still a beggar,
Mm-hmm.
a vagabond. You understand?
Yeah.
We did not become great after civil rights. Only the house niggas got great in the fact that they gave them more than they gave us, but we didn't know that they had to do all this nasty stuff to get the little bit of riches they got, and they not even getting 100% of what they worth because the contracts then trapped them in there, and they had to keep the secret, and they kept fooling us and made us feel like, oh, y'all ain't doing nothing because you're not getting Golden Globe awards and Emmys and you're stalling the Walk of Fame and all this stuff. These people are enemies to us. Mm-hmm. Every race that done that to themselves and their own kind, they did that to themselves. The Chinese that's in Hollywood, all these people that's in any type of industry that we know that they have to do all types of filthiness, they're keeping Hollywood going.
Mm-hmm.
Our people are the life in the bottom half. We're so powerful, one person, Wesley Snipes, brought Marvel out of debt with that first Blade movie.
Oh, rotted.
One movie.
Wow.
The same way they said when Hollywood was going broke in the 70s, that's when they started putting us in them pimp movies and calling them black exploitation movies. Hollywood was in debt then, and we brought them out, and look what they did. This is what, because we have the life abilities in the bottom half. That's why they always get us and use us for everything, because the spirits know, and certain people that they inform that create these things that trap us in them. Hey, man, we wanted to sports. Brought color to sports, brought money, brought this and that, and they still pimped us. We created country, rock and roll. We did all that. We have the ability to create and grow things. We can go into other people's stuff and make it bigger than it ever was. We are naturally born with that. But when you in the bottom half, where we at now, where our life-giving abilities are part of the house niggas, the coons are the ones that go over there and still give these people all these ideas against us and themselves, not realizing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why people like us on the ass end, whether it's me, you, Bennett, Shaka, you know what I'm saying, other people, we on the broke end. And they give other people spiritually, they'll keep them going. Or you have people like Kevin Samuels and Dr. Uma, all these different people who really don't know the real knowledge of self. They still get thousands and thousands of dollars because the spirit beings would rather let them get it and appear to be woke than for us to be what we supposed to be, that give them the real deal. We have to struggle for what we did. And what they did was they used Bennett and Shaka and people around them to turn against us. And then you two did the ultimate move. And
yeah, man, shout out to VB, shout out to Shaka. Yeah, man, my brethren them, you know. My brethren. Shout out. I'm gonna warn you, he's getting warm. He's just warming up. He's just warming up. You know when the boxers are in the they're in their changing room and they shadow boxing, warming up, and then by the time they get near to the ring, they're dripping with sweat. Rifleman, now warm up. Big up talking to
Noopooh. So they don't realize these things. And now after they use Shock and Bennett, now they ain't doing nothing. But they power them up enough to be a thorn in our side eventually.
Wow.
So the ones who get punished only is the innocent, which is us. We the ones that getting boxed in.
In my heart, I'm living my dream. In my heart, I'm living my dream.
And they couldn't block the information, Sarnett and all them. And I mean, Garfield tagged me in this damn debate they had over there about FBA and resurrection and the Bible and some other stuff.
Oh, did he?
6 hours long. I said, man, I'm not going to listen to no 6 hours.
In my heart, I'm living my dream.
Yeah, man, shout out to Garfield. Lay them to rest.
I was with y'all religious nut jobs arguing about the same thing, or the book of Esdras, and when was the second and third book of Esdras compiled to one bite. None of that gets y'all nowhere. It's the same religious jargon. I did another video. I sent it to you earlier.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I'm gonna rewatch it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rewatch it. That was about Enoch, right?
Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I got to watch that one. Because it's about astrology, you said, right?
Yeah, most of the book of Enoch is like that. It got other parts in it that deals with the judgment day and all that stuff. But I didn't do those. I did those in the earlier chapters. The later chapters after 72 to like 104 chapters was pretty much the same stuff. So I didn't break all those down because I did did that already in the other book of Enoch on my YouTube and my BitChute.
Right.
So yeah, the book of Enoch is a great book.
Right.
Because it makes the book, it makes the other books like the book of Revelation and the book of Daniel, some of Daniel, the book of Job, Ezekiel's will. You know, it's a lot of imagery in those, and the book of Zechariah, which I broke down the imagery. All of that stuff is dealing with either our solar system with planets that aligned in February 5th, 1962, those 7 planets. And they called all kind of things. They called it the planets, the 7 bowls, the 7 plagues, you know, the 4 horsemen, the 7 vials, the 7 candlesticks in the menorah. It's different names for the same thing.
Yes.
And so when you read Enoch with that equal standing after the noon, broke all that stuff down, it's easy to see. That's why I redid the 22 books of Revelation that people can find on findnews.com. They'll be able to say, oh, okay, I got it. Because that will help people understand what's really taking place. And so that's the issue that we're having, is because the spirit forces, and there's so many more spirits than humans.
In my heart, I'm living my dream. In my heart, I'm living my dream. In my heart, I'm living my dream. In my heart, I'm living my dream.
Moment of silence for Afro Unu. Pause, people. Give me 1 second there. Just 1 sec. Yeah, people got some audio issues here. A second now.
In my heart,
Should have done that in the first place. Really and truly, I could have done that. Right, let's go here. Right. That one. Apologies for the for that, people. Apologies. I just want to sort out the audio. I'll be right back with you.
Abuse crisis.
It's of like
You know, you ain't got to worry about the present government and the police and the killers and the rapists and all those folks that work with them to enable them to do the things that they're doing. That's why the Bible talks about a new heaven and a new earth. It just means a new heaven, meaning the energies that's in the skies on earth, as far as the atmosphere, will receive a different type of change and a different kind of energy. And that's what everything is boiling up to. Mm-hmm. So what you have to do is just don't let looking at all these little pockets of negativity make it look like it's not a change in the making. Mm-hmm. Because it is. But if people stuck on looking for a Superman or somebody to come, that's not the case. It doesn't work like that. But that's saviorism. That's part of religion. Got them believing that whoever they believe